Good morning, I'm meteorologist Jeff Gerber. Looks like the rain has moved out of here earlier this morning. The clouds are clearing out, and the next 2 or 3 days look like they're going to be pretty nice, including Thanksgiving holiday. Going to be cooler weather, so it's going to feel a little bit more like, say, autumn out there, or more like Thanksgiving. As we head towards the weekend, we warm up slightly, but we'll bring in some rain as well. So we'll give you a complete 7-day here coming up in just a little bit. Let's check out what's happening the rest of this afternoon as we look at our rest of the day forecast. Temperatures get up close to 80 degrees for today. This will be the last time we'll see 80s probably through the next 7 to 10 days. We're not going to see any 80s out there as we head towards this weekend and into early next week. We'll stay into the 60s and maybe a few lower 70s. Speaking of lower 70s, that's where we'll be around 6 o'clock this evening, and then lower 60s as we head towards 10 o'clock for this evening. We'll see a few clouds here and there, especially through the overnight, but that's about it. Looks like it's going to be a really nice afternoon with those north winds blowing. That means humidity levels are really down, so looking pretty good out there. Our allergy report, still looking pretty high on mold, 14,353, and then we don't have anything to talk about as far as grass. Wheat is at medium, and tree is on the low side. So the numbers are kind of bouncing all around, especially when you get a lot of rain. These numbers can really fluctuate with some of that rain out there. All right, let's take a look at some of our Roofing 911 sky cams across the area. This one brought to you by Market Basket down in Port Arthur, where we had some rain in Port Arthur earlier this morning. Still a few clouds around. That front is still just right along the coast, so near the front you're still going to be seeing a little bit of cloud cover, and Port Arthur is closer to the front than anyone else pretty much through most of Southeast Texas. Maybe Sabine Pass, of course, will be a little bit closer, but once you get away from the front, skies are really clearing out. But right now in Port Arthur, partly cloudy skies and dry conditions as temperatures are climbing into the upper 70s down in Port Arthur right now. And then, like I said, you get a little bit farther back from the front, Horseman's Western Store over in Orange. We're not seeing just blue skies there. It looks beautiful as traffic's going along on I-10 pretty smoothly there in Orange. Current temperature in Orange, 78 degrees. Humidity, you see it's down there, 64%, so that's not too bad. And we're seeing a northwesterly wind between about 10 to 15 miles an hour. 11, 12, 13 miles per hour is what it's showing. And then we picked up overnight into this morning 0.35 inches of rain, so a little over 3/10 of an inch of rain. Has a couple of heavy showers this morning, especially between about 5 and say 7 or 5 and 8 o'clock for this morning as that front pushed through. More blue skies here in downtown Beaumont. This is from our Packer LaPrade location as we look at the Beaumont skyline there. 78 degrees showing up in downtown Beaumont. Look at that humidity down about 54%, so some drier air definitely working in. We're seeing a little bit of a west-northwesterly wind about 5 to 6 miles per hour. And then this morning, not quite a quarter of an inch of rain fell in downtown Beaumont with some of those leftover scattered showers that we're working through. We had a couple of heavy downpours here at the TV station this morning, right around about, say, 4 to 5 o'clock. And now the rain is completely gone. Matter of fact, like I said, there's the clouds cleared out of the area. All right, let's take another look at here in Beaumont. This is from our 12 News studio. As we look off towards the east, you can still see some of those clouds well off towards the east. This camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network as well. And if you look just to the left of your screen there, you can see downtown Beaumont, and looking like it's going to be a really nice afternoon. Like I said, the temperature is going to be a little warm, but we are going to see lower humidity, so that's going to make it a little bit more comfortable. All right, temperatures right now generally into the 70s, from 72 in Jasper to about 75 in Woodville. Also Silsbee's at about 75, 77 currently in Kirbyville, and also here in Beaumont, 76 in Orange, and we're showing 78 in Port Arthur here just before the lunch hour. As we look at the location of the front, it's right at the coast, and you can see still some showers out ahead of it. These are all kind of sliding east, a little northeast. Behind the front, we're seeing quiet conditions across the state of Texas. There are some high-level clouds kind of drifting through parts of North Texas, but that's about it. Not seeing too much in the way of cloud cover, especially right behind the front as that drier air starts to push in. Out ahead of the front, we're seeing quite a bit of activity through sections of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, even into northern parts of Georgia. Some scattered showers and thunderstorms there. It doesn't look like there's anything severe. Earlier this morning, they had a batch of some strong thunderstorms moving through Atlanta where they had some gusty winds and things like that. But overall, looks pretty good. As this front moves off towards the east, things will start to clear out. And if you have travel plans the next few days, I think you'll be fine, especially if you're going west into Texas for today. Won't have any problems. And then this stuff will be clearing out as we head towards later on tonight into tomorrow. So if you have travel plans, maybe pushing all the way over in Alabama or Florida, things will look a lot better tomorrow than they are out there for today. Speaking of travel plans, let's look around the rest of the U.S. And we have a lot of activity through the Ohio Valley and coming down into parts of Tennessee, Kentucky, and down into the southeastern U.S. out ahead of that front. The storm system that gave us the rain yesterday and this morning continues to push east. So this all will be sliding into parts of New England as we head towards later tonight and tomorrow. Some of these scattered showers will work through the southeastern U.S. as we head towards later on tonight and to tomorrow as well. Have some snow falling up into parts of the Midwest. North Dakota, you see the purple boxes, that's indicating some winter weather advisories. Also the pink here, also indicating some wet weather as an area low pressure spins right there. So there's snow on the ground in the northern plains for this afternoon and this morning. So a little bit of a Christmassy feel up there instead of Thanksgiving. And then once you get out into the Rocky Mountain states, head out towards the west coast, things look fine. We do have a bit of some moisture coming in, but a few showers it looks like up towards Seattle there. We're kind of used to that, but not much going on across the Intermountain West as far as the Four Corner states, and most of the west coast looks like it's dry right now. All right, let's look at our futurecast, and that shows temperatures in the upper 70s, lower 80s through the afternoon. Looking pretty good this afternoon as we'll see sunny skies, and then this evening we'll see those temperatures falling through the 60s this evening, and then eventually we'll see those numbers drop off into the 50s. We're expecting to see some lower 50s as we head towards tomorrow morning, and maybe even some upper 40s. I got some 40s in the forecast for places like Burkeville and Newton, as well as Jasper tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, once again, we'll see temperatures warming up, but not very far. We go from the 50s up into the 60s, and that's about it for tomorrow. We're expecting some middle to maybe some upper 60s here around the triangle for tomorrow afternoon with sunny skies, and we'll see continue a little bit of a north wind as we head towards Wednesday. Along the coast today, a west wind between about 5 and 15 knot. Seas are anywhere from about 2 to 4 feet. Next high tides tonight, 8:31. Our sunrise was at 6:50 this morning. Our sunset's at 5:17. Water temperature at about 76 there into the Gulf, with right now a west to southwesterly winds at 7 to 10 miles an hour out in the Gulf there with a light chop in the lakes and bays. So highs today, I think we'll get around 80 here in the triangle, a lot of middle to upper 70s towards the lakes, a little bit of a northwesterly wind, and of course those clouds have been moving out. And then for tonight, temperatures dropping back down into the lower 50s for most of the area. We will see, I think, up towards the lakes there, temperatures in the upper 40s. So a chilly start tomorrow up in the lakes, and very cool, if not, you might want to call it chilly here around the triangle with those lower 50s. Our 7-day forecast calling for cooler weather for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You notice we see plenty of sunshine Wednesday, that low of 53, high of 69. Thanksgiving, Thursday, look at that low, 42. That means probably maybe 38, 39 towards places like Jasper, Burkeville, Newton. We'll get some chilly temperatures up there, cold temperatures, and then a perfect afternoon. Lots of sunshine, 65. Same deal for Friday, maybe a couple more clouds build in for Friday, but another chilly start at 43, and an afternoon high of 67, so looking good there. As we head towards your weekend, we do see some wet weather coming back into play, and we could use the rain. So even though it's on the weekend, good to see a few raindrops here and there on our forecast. We'll go 50% coverage on Saturday, 40% for Sunday into Monday, and those numbers are probably going to be adjusted as we get a little bit closer to those days. But right now, the computer model's not really matching up as far as one will show maybe some rain one day, the other one will not show any rain that day. So right now, we'll go about 50 to 40% as we go through the weekend into early next week. And like I said, those numbers could change a little bit. Temperatures near 70, and our normal high this time of year right at about 70 or just under that. And we'll see those numbers for Saturday and Sunday. And then on Monday, numbers will be in the upper 60s with lows into the 50s. So continue to be fairly cool as we head towards the weekend into early next week. Could pick up maybe 1 or 2 inches of rainfall as we head into this weekend into early